আসসালামু আলাইকুম, ঈদ মুবারক। অনেকদিন পরে আপনাদের সামনে আমরা আসলাম একটা সামথিং নিউ, যে জিনিসটার জন্য নিউহামের বাংলাদেশি স্পেশালি আমরা প্রবাসী বাংলাদেশিরা লং টাইম ধরে অপেক্ষা করছি যে কবে আমাদের সেই লোকটি হবে, আমাদেরকে নেতৃত্ব দেবে, আমাদেরকে সামনে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাবে এবং আমাদের প্রবলেমগুলো, আমাদের সমস্যাগুলো একটি একটি করে সমাধান করবে। আপনারা জানেন 7ই মে লোকাল সরকারের নির্বাচন অনুষ্ঠিত হয়েছিল। অ্যান্ড কংগ্রাচুলেশন টু অল অফ আওয়ার নিউ ইলেক্টেড কাউন্সিলর, মেয়র। স্পেশাল কংগ্রাচুলেশন আমাদের নিউহামের এক্সিকিউটিভ মেয়র। আমি বিশ্বাস করি আমাদের সকল প্রবাসী বাংলাদেশিরা ইউনাইটেড ছিল ওই 7ই মে, যে আমাদের সন্তান, আমাদের ছেলে, আমাদের মেয়র, আমাদের লোক হবে। এবং আমরা অনেক ক্রাইসিস ফিল করছি এই নিউহামে কাপল অফ ইয়ার্স ধরে, অনেক দিন ধরে। সেই সমস্যাগুলো সমাধান করার জন্য কিন্তু 7ই মেতে আমরা সবাই একত্রিত হয়েছিলাম আমাদের মেয়র, জনগণের মেয়র, লোকাল রেসিডেন্টের মেয়রের জন্য। এবং যদিও আজকে ঈদের অনুষ্ঠানে আপনাদের জন্য রিকোয়েস্ট করেছিলাম যে আমাদের নিউহামের যিনি সদ্য নির্বাচিত ইলেক্টেড এক্সিকিউটিভ মেয়র ফরহাদ হুসেইন, এবং বলা মাত্রই যখন বললাম যে ঈদ উইথ মেয়র অর্থাৎ ঈদ উইথ লোকাল রেসিডেন্টস, এটা বলা মাত্রই উনার অনেক ব্যস্ততার মাঝেও উনি বললেন ইয়েস আই উইল গো ফর 1 আওয়ার অ্যান্ড আমি আমাদের রেসিডেন্টসদের সাথে কথা বলবো ঈদ কেমন কাটলো, ঈদ আগে কেমন কাটলো, এবার কেমন কাটলো, পার্থক্যটুকু, এবং ইন ফিউচারে আমরা আরও বেটার ঈদ কীভাবে কমিউনিটির জন্য প্রেজেন্ট করতে পারি, উপহার দিতে পারি। ফরহাদ ভাই, কংগ্রাচুলেশন অ্যান্ড ঈদ মুবারক।
থ্যাংক ইউ, বাই।
ওয়ান কোয়েশ্চেন বিফোর আই গো, এটা কোনো মানে টক শো না, এটা হচ্ছে থ্যাঙ্কস টু ইউ যে আপনি এই ব্যস্ততার মাঝেও আমাদেরকে ইউ হ্যাভ গিভেন টাইম ফর লোকাল রেসিডেন্টস, ফর নিউহামবাসী অ্যান্ড ফর আওয়ার কমিউনিটি। Special thanks to you because you come with us for election. Firstly, because we need a mayor. For a long time, we are facing huge problem. And before Eid, another Eid, I told that day, 7th of May, the Eid day, because you elected as a executive mayor of Newham. এবং আমরা প্রবাসীরা proud feel করে বলতে পারি, yes, this is our mayor. How are you?
I'm good, bye. First of all, I want to say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum to INTV viewers. Eid Mubarak. I hope everyone had a fantastic day with friends and family. আমি তো ধন্যবাদ দিতাম community কাছে. Yes, I won, but I didn't win it on my own. The whole community came out and supported me. ধন্যবাদ দিতাম. Without you, I would not have been able to do this. Now the hard work starts now, bye.
But our community people love you, like you, and they want you to run this borough.
And I love the community as well, and together we're going to make that difference.
And you give the example Eid day and before Eid day. How was it your Eid first?
Eid, alhamdulillah, everything was fantastic with friends and family. But before then, I went to loads of Eid prayers, met loads of residents from East Ham to West Ham to Little Ilford. It was fantastic. And we arranged free parking for residents.
I received more than 10. Why I request you to come this show?
Yes, bye.
Eid with Mayor.
Yeah.
I request so many call. I don't know what happened. I don't know how you done.
Sure.
যে তারা সবাই কল করে থ্যাঙ্কস দিচ্ছে ফরহাদ হোসেনকে। What the reason is, I believe you have done something on Eid day about the parking. Sure. What was that?
When I stood as the mayor candidate in Newham, I had a promise. I will put Newham residents first in anything that I do, the whole community. And so when we saw that the Eid prayers were happening across so many of our parks, I thought we need to do something around the parking because it's important to residents. And so we offered free parking in designated bays for our residents for Eid prayers, and our residents were very thankful about it because it's important to them. And so that's the kind of stuff that the executive mayoral system can do, and everything that I will going forward, it will always be putting Newham residents first.
Why not other mayor? Other mayor তো এটা করে নাই, আপনি করলেন, এবং people are so happy.
My focus and priorities are Newham residents. Everything that I do, from cleaning up Newham, from safer streets, from fairer parking, from community cohesion, it's always going to be about residents.
And
I'm not a community.
And I saw you before Eid day in the street. You are looking after everything as a mayor.
I need to say, I was on the streets on Green Street, Chandrat.
Yes,
I've been out and about, Jummah prayers, looking at basically engaging with residents. It's been a fantastic response. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for their kind messages and their motivation. It inspires me. And so it inspires me to go and do more for our residents.
And one thing, so many problem in our borough. এবং সবচেয়ে বড় কথা সেটি হচ্ছে যে 7th May, 7th of May আমাদের ইলেকশন গেল. I think AGM was after 1 week. And people are, তারা স্বপ্ন দেখতে শুরু করছে. They are thinking, yes, we got the mayor. And I'm talking about especially parking. And Green Streeter, there are small business owner or business owner. They are fed up. They are really fed up about parking, about the council rules and the strict rules and regulations. I'm not talking, obviously, council apply korbe rules and regulation. This is normal. But এই rules and regulation এর কারণে business stop হয়ে যাবে, business leave করবে এই বড় থেকে. And what is your plan about parking?
So 3 সপ্তাহ হয়ে গেছে আমি executive mayor and so much has happened. So lots of work to do, lots of work to do. And I just request to viewers some patience and their dua. I will get the job done. I promised to run fairer parking, and I said I want to put Green Street on the map during my campaign. And I want to get the basics right around Green Street, but across the borough. When it comes to parking, the first parking permit will be free, and that's what I am going to try to implement in the upcoming months. It's going to take some time to do that, and then also want to do. It's the first permit will allow you to park anywhere in the borough for 1 hour every day.
1 hour free.
And plus for the businesses, we need space where people from outside the borough can come in to support our businesses. There's a plan associated with that. I will be implementing it very, very soon. And like you said, you've said earlier, the first phase was the Eid prayers,
that's
very
important.
See how we've done that. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. Putting residents first. Sort out fairer parking, but the focus and priorities are not just parking, it's cleaning up Newham. And we're going to invest over £12 million additional into our cleansing services. We're going to have dedicated enforcement officers across our borough working with the police who are going to be in our public buildings to deal with community safety. That's going to be the focus because it's important to our residents.
That means you're telling 1 hour free for the local residents. And for business? What is the plan for business?
For the businesses is more 30-minute bays on our high street and so that people from outside the borough can come in and utilise our businesses and support our businesses, because businesses, our local businesses, are the backbone of our economy.
Yes, that's
They
true.
create the local jobs for our residents, so that's why it's really important. We can't forget them. Residents are my focus, but also residents also run businesses as well.
Exactly, yeah.
And so we need to focus on them as well, and because they will create the local jobs for our local people. So it starts with parking, it starts with public realm, and then investment in our high streets, like Green Street, like Canning Town, like Manor Park. We will invest in those areas because it's important to me. It's important to our residents.
Thank you, Forhad bhai. প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা শুনলেন। ফার্স্ট আপনাদেরকে এক্সাম্পল দিচ্ছি। ফরহাদ হোসেন নির্বাচিত হওয়ার আগে কিন্তু অনেকগুলো ম্যানিফেস্টো আমরা আপনাদের সামনে নিয়ে আসছিলাম, এবং আমরা কেউই ডিসকাস করি নাই অ্যাবাউট ঈদ ফেয়ার। উনি নিজ থেকেই আপনাদের জন্য ঈদের ফেয়ার যেখানে হবে প্রত্যেক জায়গায় ফ্রি পার্কিংয়ের ব্যবস্থা করেছিল একটা সার্টেন অ্যামাউন্ট অফ টাইমের জন্য, এবং এমন মেয়রই আমরা চেয়েছিলাম 7ই মের আগে। এবং যারা আমাদের নিউহামের রেসিডেন্ট তাদের জন্য বলছি ইমপ্লিমেন্ট হবে সোন, সেটি হচ্ছে যে 1 আওয়ার গ্রিন স্ট্রিট বলুন, ক্যানিং টাউন বলুন, ম্যানর পার্ক বলুন, 1 আওয়ার পার্কিং। আমার মনে হয় ছিল না আগে কখনো। আমরা এর আগের মেয়রের সাথে অনেকগুলো মিটিং করেছিলাম যে আমরা ব্লেমিং এনিওয়ান, বাট দিস ইজ আওয়ার ডিমান্ড যে আমাদের গ্রিন স্ট্রিটের ব্যবসায়ীরা কী করে ব্যবসা করবে যদি তাদের মাল নামানোর জন্য টাইম না থাকে, অর্থাৎ 1 আওয়ার অ্যাটলিস্ট উনি করবেন বলছেন। অ্যান্ড দ্যাটস এ গ্রেট নিউজ ফর আওয়ার নিউহামবাসী, নিউহাম রেসিডেন্টস, নিউহাম স্মল বিজনেস ওনার। সো আপনারা দেখতে থাকুন। এবং সবচেয়ে বড় কথা হচ্ছে যে মেয়র কি এক্সিকিউটিভ মেয়র নাকি আমাদের মেয়র, প্রেসিডেন্টের মেয়র, জনগণের মেয়র, দ্যাট উই ওয়ান্ট টু প্রুভ টুডে এবং ইন ফিউচার আগামী 4 বছর। ইয়েস ফরহাদ ভাই, মাই কোয়েশ্চন ইজ এই ঈদে this is the first Eid with as an executive mayor, am I right?
That's right. That's right.
How was the Eid? And the last year also, you I think you were not executive mayor.
No.
So how was the Eid last year and how was Eid this year?
It's been a fantastic response from residents. I really, really enjoyed talking to so many of our residents during Eid. Loads of food, loads of love, loads of warmth, you know, and from our residents. I really enjoyed it. It's been a memorable day with residents, but also my family as well.
Yeah.
And it's a day I
And now your family, not only your family, all residents are your family.
are my family now.
Yes,
as well.
exactly. Because I saw them when
Yeah.
they declare as executive mayor of Newham, Forhad Hussain.
Yes.
Everybody was happy.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
was happy
They
because
were.
they have so many demands.
And I think what I saw on Eid is across all our parks, Eid prayers. I think
You was in Western Park.
I was in Western Park, East Ham Central Park, and Little Orford Park.
Oh, okay.
And I feel what we need to do is maybe next year, inshallah, a bigger event where all families can come together, maybe some kind of fun
That's
fair.
a festival.
As a festival.
Yes, yes.
And then we can invite the whole of the community, of Newham community, to come together and celebrate Eid. I think that's something that we need to look
good
at.
idea. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Eid festival.
Yes, an Eid festival.
Yeah.
Where families can come together and connect.
Exactly. They will
and
enjoy.
socialise, yeah.
You know, the kids can come
And get to
That's
know
a-
each other. The rest of the community can celebrate Eid.
Yeah, that's a big get together for our community.
I think that's what we need to do.
Yes, you need to make a plan about it.
that's
Yeah.
that's
And
right.
my question is to you: before 7th of May,
Yeah.
I know you give huge announcement about number one parking
Yeah.
is solved. What about housing?
Right, housing is a very big issue.
Yeah.
40,000 people on our council house register.
Yeah.
Very big demand there. 7,500 people in temporary accommodation.
Okay.
Really
7,500.
big pressure, and the temporary accommodation cost associated with that is a large amount, and we need to manage that as well. So a lot of pressure on the council to deliver and to support our residents. The solution is not just one solution, but it means we've got to build houses, more homes, more social homes. The way we do that is more, I believe, is to utilize our land.
Okay.
Newham Council land owns a lot of land. Most land probably across than any other councils. across
Okay,
the
in
country.
Newham.
In Newham.
Oh.
So what we need to do is look at more public-private partnerships where we can build. The more we build, the more we can build affordable homes, the more social homes. And under my leadership, that's what I want to do. Work with private developers, work with investors to come into our borough. Newham will be open under my leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be working with external partners and invite them in.
To build the building.
And let's have a conversation. Invest in our borough, develop our borough. I have only one request.
Yeah.
Put our communities first. If you do that, then I
That's-
want to work with you.
That should be in it.
Number one rule.
Yeah.
And then we can build, and that's where we get our affordable housing. That's how we reduce our council house register,
Yeah.
and that's how we can reduce that pressure when it comes to temporary accommodation by.
Okay. You know one thing, Farhad bhai, last 20 to 30 years, our main problem was two problems I can realize. One is parking was already, thanks to you, that already near about solved. I believe when you will announce
Inshallah.
this, people will be, especially resident and small business owner will be very happy and say thanks to you. And second one is housing.
Yeah.
So that means you are trying to invite all the investors and the private company to build the building in Newham.
Yeah. And what I want to see though is that investment needs to go to the people of Newham.
Okay.
It needs to be invested in our communities. So when you come and develop, there's something called Section 106 monies, community infrastructure levy. I want that to go to our communities. I want them to develop our community buildings. I want that money to go into our parks. I want to go into facilities that benefit our residents.
Yeah.
So if you develop, you build homes, but also there should be other benefits to our residents. That's the conversation I want to have. And under my leadership, I'm going to have the right conversations.
With the company,
With
the
investors, with developers.
Like Career Group.
There's a number of them and I'll be sitting down with them in the upcoming months and talking about how we can work together.
Because, previous year, আমাদের যারা local resident অনেকে move করতেছে others বড়তে because of the housing crisis. So I think this is the way you can solve this crisis.
I agree. So a lot of developers have gone some other boroughs. Because,
Exactly, yeah.
So Newham the door is always open with me. We will resolve some of these issues around housing. I can't do this on my own. I need the support of investors, but also need the support of the community.
The community with you. I can say community with you. You already proved it last Eid day, after Eid day, before Eid day. Because people are looking, what is your plan about Eid?
Yeah.
What is your plan about parking and Eid day parking?
Yeah.
You have done it already.
But it's a good start, but there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I've assigned my cabinet. I've got support from my group, but also when a situation in Newham, it's a very different situation. The voters have voted, you know, and the voters are never wrong. They have now asked us to be in a situation where we work with opposition parties to basically fulfill those promises that I talked about in the election. So we're going to work together. So it's a different type of council, but so far so good. There's collaboration going on and I think we need to continue doing that.
Thank you. প্রিয় দর্শক, আমি যেটা বলছিলাম হাউজিং নিয়ে। সো আপনারা জানেন নিউহামের আরেকটা অন্যতম প্রবলেম হচ্ছে হাউজিং ক্রাইসিস। আমাদের এই নিউহাম কাউন্সিল থেকে লাস্ট অনেক বছর ধরে অনেকে মুভ করছে অন্য কাউন্সিলে বিকজ অফ হাউজিং পাচ্ছে না। এবং মেয়র ফরহাদ হোসেন, যেটি বললাম আপনাদের মেয়র ফরহাদ হোসেন অলরেডি মাত্র কয়েক সপ্তাহ 2-3 সপ্তাহ হলো এজ এক্সিকিউটিভ মেয়র হিসেবে আসলেন এবং কাজ শুরু করলেন। আই বিলিভ অ্যাজ হি প্রমিস অ্যান্ড হি ইজ ওয়ার্কিং অন ইট যে হাউজিং ক্রাইসিস হয়তো স্লোলি রিমুভ করা যাবে এবং আমরা আমাদের কাউন্সিলের যারা নিউহাম কাউন্সিলের রেসিডেন্ট স্পেশালি তারা সবাই যে ক্রাইসিসটা লং টাইম ধরে ফেস করছি আমরা হয়তো আর ফেস করতে হবে না। বাট সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের কি করতে হবে, আমাদের মেয়রকে পর্যাপ্ত পরিমাণে সাপোর্ট দিতে হবে। ক্লিনিং, সিকিউরিটি, এবং এটা আমাদেরও কাজ যে ক্লিনিং শুধু যে কাউন্সিল করবে সেটা না, আমাদের কমন প্লেসগুলোকে আমাদেরও ক্লিন করতে হবে। সো আমাদেরকে আমাদের রুলস রেগুলেশন মানতে হবে এবং যেহেতু মেয়র ইজ ওয়ার্কিং ফর ইউ, ফর মি অ্যান্ড ফর দ্য লোকাল রেসিডেন্ট, হোয়াট ইজ আওয়ার রোল, হোয়াট ইজ আওয়ার জব? আমাদের জবটা হচ্ছে টু সাপোর্ট হিম all sector. So we're going to have what about yet one thing for advice. I didn't see, honestly, I'm here, I'm this Newham council, I'm a resident for a long time, say 17-18 years. I didn't see any youth event or like education award, like youth competition, like youth center, nothing. You can go only, I believe, only leisure center, but for common for everybody. Newham Leisure Center, and another one is with ZLA, I think, the Canning Town one, or Canning Town, another one. So what is the plan for youth, our young generation, especially for youth?
For the youth, I think first of all, one of the things that we need to do is improve by the way we interact and engage with our residents. That's something that needs to change.
That's your told first day.
So it's not just the way we change our local environment, let residents decide, and I talked about community ballots, about if you want to make changes, but I think the way we talk to people at a local level, we need to change. So that's why one of the things that I've pledged and which I've promised is something which is called the local neighbourhoods. We're going to have 8 neighbourhood areas where our resources, our community centres, our libraries will come together to help support our residents. First of all, when it comes to community activity.
Yes.
And that will improve our face-to-face interaction with residents. But then I want to look at how we can improve our local environment and how we can deliver local services in our 8 neighbourhood areas. That will improve our interaction with our residents, but also with our young people as well.
Especially.
Because we will help to deliver youth services at a local level through our local neighbourhoods. There's going to be 8 of them in total. That's really important. So, but why there's activity for at a local level, I also want to see by big events in Newham, like Mellors,
they are
like fireworks nights, which we used to do very well. Under the stars events.
But long time now, এখানে হচ্ছে না.
Inshallah, I want to talk to big investors and see how we can sponsor these events. Because what's important is I want our residents, the whole community, to come together.
Yes, in a one day at least.
To celebrate our commonality.
Exactly.
We might have some differences, but we've got so much in commonality. So while there's local events happening, I want to have regular events, big events where everyone comes together to celebrate culture, religion, and celebrate just being a Newham resident. That's my plan. And inshallah we'll do it.
And whatever yet do you have any plan for our young generation, especially sports and education?
So I promised one thing in my manifesto. We used to do this very well. We had partnerships with big investors and institutions in Newham where local jobs were for Newham residents. We used to go, it was over 20,000 residents got local jobs. I want to bring that back. Make those partnerships with the big partners like Westfield, Excel, City Airport, and create jobs for local people. But the focus is young people.
Exactly.
And that's because they need that support. But also help them with skills development help with skills development so they're prepared for the working life, especially in AI, in the new technologies that are coming. But at the same time as well, I also want to deliver youth services at a local level, through our 8 neighbourhood areas, because the council can't do everything.
No.
I want to work with partners on the ground, voluntary sector, faith organisations, schools to help develop kind of deliver youth services at a local level, and the council will be there to support that. Because I believe we've got over 70,000 young people. We need to have maximum impact and support all our young people. And we can only do that in partnership and in collaboration with partners on the ground. I'm not schools, I'm not voluntary sector, I'm not faith organisations, mosques, temples,
everything comes
churches,
together,
coming together, because they are individually doing some great work
for the community,
already by it.
Exactly.
And so imagine if we can enhance that.
And if we are together,
that's my plan, because our young people need that support.
Okay.
And that's my focus.
I'm coming to you for I need to take a short break, then I will come again. প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা কথা বলছিলাম, যে কথাটাই বলছিলাম যে অনেকদিন ধরে আমরা আমাদের জন্য অপেক্ষা করছিলাম, আমাদের জন্য একজন মেয়র দরকার, আমাদের একজন লিডার দরকার, যে আমাদেরকে লিড দিবে, যে এক্সাম্পল ক্রিয়েট করবে আমাদের নিউহামে, যে ইয়েস এই মেয়র করতে পারে এবং এই মেয়র আমাদেরকে সামনের দিকে অ্যাডভান্স করতে পারে। আমাদের সেই মেয়র হচ্ছে 7 তারিখে আপনারা যাকে ভোট দিয়ে নির্বাচিত করেছেন, ফরহাদ হোসেন। আমরা ফরহাদের সাথেই কথা বলছিলাম ঈদ নিয়ে, বাট ঈদের সাইটে সবচেয়ে বেশি কথা বলছি আপনাদের যে ডিমান্ডগুলো, সেই ডিমান্ডগুলো নিয়ে। হাউ ফরহাদ হোসাইন এগুলো ফুলফিল করবে, প্রেসিডেন্টকে কীভাবে মোর কনফিডেন্স দিবে, সেই বিষয়ে আমরা কথা বলছিলাম। আমরা আরও কথা বলবো ছোট্ট একটি বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতির পর। আমাদের সাথে থাকুন প্লিজ। আরেকবার স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি আপনাদেরকে। আমরা কথা বলছিলাম আমাদের সদ্য নির্বাচিত, আপনারা যাকে ভোট দিয়ে এক্সিকিউটিভ মেয়র করেছিলেন, মেইন স্ট্রিম পার্টি থেকে প্রথম বাংলাদেশি মেয়র যিনি, তিনি হচ্ছেন ফরহাদ হোসেন। এবং আমরা 7 তারিখের আগে উনি অনেকগুলো ম্যানিফেস্টো আপনাদেরকে দিয়েছিলেন। আমরা অলরেডি দেখতে শুরু করলাম যে 1 by 1 হি ইজ ট্রাইং টু ব্রিং ইট ইন ফোকাস, যে কীভাবে কমিউনিটির জন্য করা যায়। এবং আমরা কথা বলছিলাম যে আমাদের কমিউনিটিকে কীভাবে আরও স্ট্রঙ্গার, আরও ইউনাইটেড করা যায় ফরহাদ হোসেনের মাধ্যমে, এবং দ্য বেস্ট কাউন্সিল যাতে হইতে পারে যে কোনো সেক্টরে। দ্যাট ক্যান বি হাউজিং, দ্যাট ক্যান বি এডুকেশন, ইয়ুথ সার্ভিস, এন্টারটেনমেন্ট, সব কিছুতে আমরা কথা বলছিলাম আপনাদের জন্য। সো আমি আশা করছি যে প্রত্যাশা নিয়ে, যে হোপ নিয়ে আপনারা 7th of March আপনাদের মেয়রকে ভোট দিয়েছেন এবং তার প্রত্যেকটি ম্যানিফেস্টো ফুলফিল করবে ফরহাদ হোসেন, সেই বিষয়ে আমরা কথা বলছিলাম ঈদ উইথ মেয়র অনুষ্ঠানে। ফরহাদ ভাই, আরেকবার স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি আপনাকে, ওয়েলকাম টু ইউ। অ্যান্ড উই আর টকিং অ্যাবাউট ইয়ুথ সার্ভিস। স্পেশালি আমি আপনাকে জানতে চাচ্ছিলাম, আমাদের আমি বলবো যে আমাদের গ্রিন স্ট্রিটের কথাই বলি। গ্রিন স্ট্রিট, ক্যানিং টাউন এবং ম্যানর পার্কে হিউজ ড্রাগ অ্যান্ড নাইফ ক্রাইমের বিষয়ে কথা গত 7-8 বছর ধরে হচ্ছে, যে আমাদের স্পেশালি ইয়াং জেনারেশন এই কাজগুলোর সাথে এঙ্গেজড, knife crime এবং drug dealings. What's your plan?
First of all, my plan is to make sure when it comes to community safety, it's very important to our residents. Amar after pledge asil amar manifesto that I'm not dedicated enforcement officer in every single neighborhood area, and they will walk the streets. but in collaboration with the local police,
Okay.
the Safer Neighbourhoods team. And those Safer Neighbourhood teams will be in our local buildings, like our libraries, and they will work together. That is real local policing. I used to be the cabinet member. When I used to be a councillor from 2010, I used to be the cabinet member for crime and ASB. So I know what I'm talking about, and I've done this before. The key thing is visibility, deterring crime, low-level crime. And I think that's what we need to start by, because it's called the broken window theory. We need to deal with the low-level ASB, then it doesn't become big issues. But we can only do that in collaboration with the local police and with our council enforcement officers, and together with local members, local councillors and residents, together we can address hotspot areas.
Okay.
With deployment of mobile CCTV, with engineering solutions, educating our people as well.
Training.
We can start to resolve some of these issues, especially the small things. Small things like the antisocial behaviour.
True.
But at the same time, there are some issues there which we need to kind of focus on with the local police. But I think that's where we have our youth services when it comes to issues around gangs or and knife crime. We need to have something called detached work, youth work, where specialist youth work is kind of centred or directed in certain areas to support young people who are probably going the wrong path.
They come to bring right way.
That's right. So specialist youth services. But it's basically, it's a number of things coming together at a local level. At a local level, that's the way to do it. No, I said this during my campaign. It's going to be a bottom-up approach, not top-down.
Yeah.
Everyone comes together to resolve those issues, take ownership of their community and do this together. That's the approach. Especially with community
to stop especially anti-social behavior, drug and knife crime. And what about the sports?
Sports is...
you are a sportsman.
I'm a sportsman. I'm a big cricketer, and so I'm on the England and Wales Cricket Board Trust doing development of cricket across the country, investment in our facilities. Sport is
there is no sports in Newham. There was sports in other board, but there is no sports in Newham.
I'm glad you said that, because we had the Olympics back in 2012.
Yeah.
What an amazing atmosphere with all the sport that was going on. And in terms of the Olympic legacy, I'm really keen to see more sports hubs in Newham. I want to see more sporting activity, from football to cricket to badminton to even paddle.
Yeah.
Not just because it's sport and everyone loves playing sport, but it's because if we can get our residents involved in sport, it gets people connected, it gets people active. You get intergenerational activities with young and old. But at the same time, I say this about cricket clubs as well, but even any sports hubs, they're like community centres.
Exactly, they need.
If you establish sports hubs, people come together, connect, get to know each other.
That can stop drug and knife crime.
Exactly right. And so that's really important to me. So I will be investing in sports development. That is something really important to me, not just because I'm passionate about sport, but because it connects people, brings different communities together. That's my plan.
You told me for the previous speech that আমাদের community big event gulo ana jay. In 2022 there was an event in Central Park and they stopped it and they are not giving any permission. And I'm talking about Boishakhi Mela.
Yeah.
What is the plan?
So with any events, it needs proper planning. It needs to go through a process. We need to make sure the health and safety is right. Definitely, and management. And so that's the key thing. But I want to see big events.
Okay.
I said it earlier. I want to see big events, cultural events, definitely, even sporting events as well.
Exactly.
And I want to put Newham on the map.
Yes.
I want to develop the brand Newham, and we can only do that by having big events. It's not just for our residents, but also for people outside the borough.
They can come
outside the borough, come into Newham and celebrate and appreciate Newham and understand how special it is, because it is a special place.
Thank you very much. Now my question regarding the small business owner.
Yes.
Tara from the beginning তারা খুব স্ট্রাগল ফেস করে কাউন্সিলের সাথে ভয়ও করে যে লোকাল গভর্নমেন্টের সাথে কাজ করতে, যে আই এম এ স্মল বিজনেস ওনার ইন ক্যানিং টাউন অর ইন ম্যানর পার্ক, বাট আমি খুব ভয় পাই কাউন্সিলকে। এবং এই ভয়টুকু কিন্তু আমাকে অ্যাজ এ বিজনেস ওনার আমাকে সামনে অ্যাডভান্স না করে আমাকে পেছনে নিয়ে আসে। হোয়াট ইজ ইউর প্ল্যান অ্যাবাউট ফর স্মল বিজনেস ওনার?
I said earlier about small businesses, they need our support because they're the backbone of our economy. They're creating jobs for our local people. So it's really important to me. So I think we need to get the basics right in supporting them when it comes to parking. And I've talked about that, the public realm, the high streets. We need to make our high streets welcoming That, you know, and then when people to attract people to come, first of all, do the basics right. But beyond that, we need to look at how we can support them in the long run. Bring investment, big investment into our high streets and developing our high streets. But I think going back to at a local level, we need to develop the networks of our businesses. They need to come together. So I talk about neighborhoods. In each of our neighborhoods, there will be business networks. Local businesses coming together to talk about how they can do it, how they can lead on developing our high streets. Because we can't do everything. And it needs to, like I said, bottom up. Let them come together, talk about what's important for that area. Green Street is very different to Manor Park. True. Manor Park is different to Canning Town.
Canning Town, yes.
You know, and so the businesses need to come together to think about what is really important and have a long-term plan. And the council can facilitate that, but they need to lead on that. And then we need to have those conversations. There'll be networks of businesses in our local neighbourhoods where those conversations will happen.
One complaint we are, always community small business owner raising, especially jara property business আছে, the planning permission takes long time. What is your plan about it? That takes sometimes a year.
Yeah, we need to invest in our planning teams. That's definitely, especially when it comes to big developments. And that's something which was in my manifesto. I'm proud to say as well, with faith organisations and charities, I pledged, the pre-app will be free, and that's in my manifesto, and so that will be implemented very soon, because charities who are planning for planning, it's charity money, and I'm really keen to see that money being utilised in the right way. Exactly. But when it comes to just generally, I want to invest in the planning process, in the planning teams. We need to basically understand and treat people like human beings, and understand there's a middle ground, and we need to work together on that. That is really important to me. I know there's improvement. I don't have all the answers at the moment. Hopefully in time I will come back to you with a better plan. But I want to invest in our planning department, because I know it needs to be improved.
The planning and the others,
especially the big developments. But
and one thing for regarding the first আপনি বলছিলেন যে clean Newham, but Newham is not clean. Is not clean, to be honest. It's our fault also, resident fault also, council fault also. If you, I don't know at this moment, but if you go around, অনেক rubbish পড়ে আছে রাস্তার মধ্যে. The clean Newham এর জন্য, what's your plan and what's your proposal to the resident also?
So I said earlier that we're going to invest additional £12 million over the next 4 years into our cleansing team. That's a big amount of money, and we've already started doing that. So we're obviously going to have the free bulky waste collections. That's going to be very good for our residents, putting money back into residents' pockets. But we're going to invest in our teams in terms of the collection of rubbish. We're going to have a lot more litter pickers going round. But we're going to do that at a local level, where we're going to start looking at our cleansing schedules and say, where can we improve it? For our data, through local intelligence from our local councillors, for our residents. But I think at the same time, I think there has been some improvement when it comes to cleaning up the streets. We can do a lot more, and we will do. But when it comes to fly tipping, it's not just about collecting the fly tip. Newham Council and officers are working very hard to do that. There's another element to it. There's two other elements. There's education around fly tipping, and we need to do something around our schools, and English is not the first language for some of our residents. So we need to look at the communication about how to basically deal with, if you've got a rubbish in your front garden, how to get rid of it, because you can put it into the fly tip for free. But you don't have to put it in on the pavement. You could ring up the council and it'll be collected. We need to do stuff around education in our schools and to our residents, but also there's the engineering side of it, so engineering solutions. If there's a fly tip, regular fly tips, we need to work with local people, with our local partners, to see what else can we do to stop that fly tipping from happening if it keeps on happening over and over again. So we need to collaborate locally and there's a different approach, different way of doing things. And that's how we're going to deal with the issues on cleansing and fly tipping.
Last 10 years, I saw Green Street was mess all time.
Yeah. And I think what we need to do is...
Plus sheet group now, new hub, now business hub in Plastic Grove,
Yeah.
also mess all
Yeah.
time.
We need to see where we need to put more resources, where we need to adapt the cleansing schedule. We need local intelligence. We need the local councils, local residents to help support that. And so it'd be a different way of doing things through our local neighbourhoods. When everyone comes together, we're going to think, right, Plastic Grove, I understand.
Yeah.
We need to put more cleansing resources there because every day there's an issue.
Yeah.
It's about working together and that's how we're going to do it.
And also the local residents should be serious and sincere.
And I think that residents need to be part of the solution.
Exactly.
That's the key thing.
That's for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's going to favor on Newham council. Because আপনারা যারা বিজনেস ওনার আপনারা কিন্তু ময়লা থ্রো করেন, ময়লা ফেলে রাখছেন, কিন্তু আপনাদের জন্যই কাউন্সিল কাজ করে যাচ্ছে। So I believe the small business owner, the resident should be sincere and serious about the cleanliness, about the cleaning, about the waste.
Because I'm not a community. We should be proud of our community, and so it's not just one person's responsibility; it's all of our responsibility. So we can be proud of Newham and of our community. That's really important.
Thank you. And another subject is Forhad bhai about education.
Sure.
Young education, especially our school.
Yeah.
Newham Council, all school, all A-level college. What's your plan? I know they're doing good.
Yeah,
but what is your plan?
We've got decades of delivery when it comes to a Labour local council. In terms of our education in our schools, we've got the best schools in the country I'm really proud of that. But we can do more. We can do better.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to special educational need provisions. That was a big issue on the doorstep, and I will be prioritising how we can support our residents when it comes to SEN provision. It's really, really important, and I heard that on the doorstep, and I'm going to be working with officers on how we can improve that service. We've got some really hard-working officers though, doing some great work, but we can do better. But I think we need to work with our schools at this moment in time, especially our colleges. The government have committed. I think it's over £3 million into Newham College, one of our colleges. That's going to be beneficial for our residents. But we need to keep on working with our schools to talk about to kind of improve the education of our young people, and we need to see how we can kind of promote more extracurricular activities, and like I said earlier, around youth provision, and we can work with our schools to do that.
Okay, thank you. Because this, I think last year আমাদের নিউহাম থেকেই সবচেয়ে বেশি অক্সফোর্ড, ক্যামব্রিজ and UCL এর স্টুডেন্ট admission hoise. That's a good news.
Yes.
But we want more.
We want more. Yeah.
We want more.
Yeah. When it comes to our young people doing well, social mobility, we're in East Ham, we are basically one of the best when it comes to social mobility, meaning that our young people are doing well. But we can do better. We can do more across the borough.
Yeah. Thank you. Now my question is regarding the opposition party, like Newham Independence, like. Green Party, the other political party. I know you're from Labour.
Yes.
Yeah. But what's your plan? I'm really impressed যে আপনি যখন বলছেন যে though I am executive mayor, I have executive power, but I want to work with everybody. What is the meaning of it? You want to call everyone, work together for better community.
That's right,
yeah.
Yes, I am the executive mayor of Newham, and I can just get on with it.
And
no, but what's really important to me is that we collaborate. The voters have voted. We've got there's no overall control, and so it means they're expecting us to work together with opposition. And if we work together, it means we maximise the impact with our residents. I don't want anyone being left behind. And inshallah, so far so good. We've in the last ACM we worked together. We came together in terms of positions, and the signs are good. We need to collaborate together moving forward. That's really important, because if we don't do that, our residents won't benefit. So everyone sees that. So I'm looking forward to working with opposition in the future.
Because some other borough or any political party, your opposition party, who are you are going to support me, who are you going to, come Farouk, work together.
Yeah.
That's you are my, we have division, we have, আমরা এক দলের না, but you want all together.
Because we may have our differences, but we all want the same thing. We want our residents to benefit. We want to improve the lives of our residents. And together we want similar things around, like I said earlier, is we want to clean up Newham. We want our safer streets. We want fairer parking. We want to engage with our residents better. We want more community activity. We want to build more housing. Those are the matters where we can collaborate and work together on. And it's all about talking to people and communicating. And that's what I'm going to do under my leadership as the executive mayor. And I'm determined to do that by.
Thank you. Thank you. My next question is for you. Lots of our young generation is following you, looking to you. What is the message for them? They want to be Forhad Hussain one day. They want to be MP one day. They want to be London Mayor one day. What is your advice for them?
The message is, first of all, as well, from our young people and from our communities. Again, Don for and thank you for all the support, especially on social media. It's been fantastic.
That's true. That's true.
But the message to our young people is, and I've said this as many times, I've been brought up in Newham. I went to local school.
In Newham?
Okay. I went to Portway, Lister. I went to Newvic College, studied A-levels, maths, physics and chemistry. I went to study aeronautical engineering at Imperial College. But I stayed in the borough because I care about the borough. And my message to young people is that if I can do it, I mean, I'm a young, I was a young boy in Newham. If a Newham boy can grow up and be the executive mayor of Newham, Bengali, Muslim, ethnic minority, working class, if I can do it, imagine what you can do. You can do. You could be, and I've said this. You could be the next mayor of Newham. You could be the next mayor of London. You could be the next prime minister, the next chief executive of a FTSE 100 company. Because if I can do it, you can do it.
Thank you. Because আমাদের অনেক young generation after 7th of May they are following you.
Yeah.
They want something from you special that already you are doing.
Yeah.
And last message for our entire প্রবাসী বাংলাদেশীদের জন্য আপনার মেসেজটা কি? What is your message for our?
I've said thank you for all your support. And I thought, after May, I'm not a Newham lucky, and I will keep on remembering that. And I will always put Newham residents first. I'm not community first, because that is important to me.
Thank you, Forhad. Thanks for joining today, and special thanks that আমাদের people, Newhamer people এখন স্বপ্ন দেখতে শুরু করছে, and they are looking to you what you are doing for them. এবং আমি আশা করি আমাদের যে ক্রাইসিসটা ছিল লাস্ট 10, 15, 20 ইয়ার্স, এবং আমরা এই ক্রাইসিস থেকে স্লোলি আমরা বের হয়ে আসতে পারবো, স্পেশালি হাউজিং, পার্কিং, এডুকেশন, ইয়ুথ সার্ভিস অ্যান্ড ড্রাগ অ্যান্ড নাইফ ক্রাইম. সো I believe, that's my confidence, from the beginning when I saw you, people of Newham, resident of Newham with you. So you can go ahead and thanks for joining today. Eid Mubarak again.
Thank you.
প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা কথা বলছিলাম আমাদের নিউহামের এক্সিকিউটিভ মেয়র ফরহাদ হোসেনের সাথে, এবং কথা বলছিলাম ঈদ নিয়ে, বাট ঈদ নিয়ে না, আসলে কথা বলছিলাম আপনাদের চাহিদাগুলো নিয়ে, আপনাদের ডিমান্ডগুলো নিয়ে, যে ডিমান্ডগুলো আপনারা লাস্ট লং টাইম ধরে আপনারা বলারও সুযোগ পাচ্ছেন না। ফরগেট এটাকে বাস্তবায়িত করা, ফরগেট এটাকে ফুলফিল করা, এবং আমরা এখন বলতেও পারি, এবং আমরা আজকে নিউহামের এক্সিকিউটিভ মেয়রের কাছ থেকে শুনলাম, ইয়েস, এটা ভেরি সুন 1 by 1 বাস্তবায়িত হচ্ছে, ফুলফিল হচ্ছে, অর্থাৎ আমাদের যে ক্রাইসিসগুলো ছিল সেটি শেষ হবে। এবং আমরা আশা করছি আমরা সবাই একত্রিত হয়ে আমাদের মেয়রের সাথে কাজ করব, আমাদের জন্য, রেসিডেন্টের জন্য, নিউহামের জন্য, এবং সামথিং বেটারের জন্য। আপনাদের সবাইকে আবারও ঈদের অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা। ঈদ মোবারক। আবার দেখা হবে যে কোনো এক অনুষ্ঠানে। ভালো থাকবেন।